Only the only thing that you are required to know is a retroperitoneal sarcoma. Now, what is this retroperitoneal sarcoma and what are the clinical features? Please remember that in any part of the abdomen, this is the first golden words to understand. Anywhere
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, you're not audible.
Recording in progress.
শ্যামলদা শোনা যাচ্ছে এবার? হ্যালো,
হ্যাঁ স্যার শোনা যাচ্ছে। দুটো ডিভাইস দিয়েছি।
is the screen visible now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good. So retroperitoneal tumors, remember, are a differential diagnosis for any quadrant swelling. Any quadrant money, any quadrant swelling. Right, left, down, central, south, everything. Now, what are the features of a retroperitoneal tumor? Number one, any swelling of a retroperitoneum location is understood by what test? So, test. The second test is the patient has a history of weight loss. Number three, usually seen in elderly. Number four, initially painless, later can become painful. Finally, can invade or compress surrounding organs. Please complete writing and then tell me.
Done,
Done,
sir.
na? Good. Now these are not, as I've said, very rare cases that you get. Sometimes you have a metastatic lymph node or a metastatic retroperitoneal lymph node. Is the screen visible, sir? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you get a retroperitoneal metastatic node that comes from a cancer of it with a retroperitoneal lump. Please look for the testes and the ovaries as a cause. Patient has a cancer of the testes. The lump will be present in epigastrium. Epigastric retroperitoneal lump. As a part of your MCQ, cancer testis, epigastric lump. What is the cause? Single line answer. What is the cause, sir? What is the cause?
Metastatic
Retroperitoneal node. Next point, retroperitoneal sarcomas or retroperitoneal tumors can compress the gonadal veins. Varicocele. In varicocele class, we'll be reading that. Can produce varicocele. Complete. Hello.
RP sarcoma metastatic RP node relation.
Sarcomas, one of the differential diagnoses of a retroperitoneal sarcoma is a metastatic retroperitoneal node. Now, retroperitoneum contains lots of lymph nodes. What is the primary for such an organ? Is testis. You can have that. So, one of the differential diagnoses of this is this. Now, can you mention a patient? Let me ask you this question. Good question. Thank you for raising this question. Patient presents with a retroperitoneal lump, better. Presents with nodes in the neck, presents with nodes in the axilla, nodes in the groin. Can you tell me the disease that the patient has? Generalized lymphadenopathy. Oh, the patient also has a spleen, also has a liver palpable. Can you mention? Very good. Is a lymphoma. Lymphoma presenting as a retroperitoneal lump. Completed this? Just tell me when you are complete so that we can move to the last quadrant and end the class.
স্যার এইখানে তার মানে রেট্রোপেরিটোনিয়ালে জাস্ট প্যানক্রিয়াস্টিক সুডোসিস্ট হতে পারে বা আরপি সার্কোমা এন্ড লিম্ফ।
You have not talked about cancer pancreas for a reason. In obstructive jaundice class, we'll be talking about cancer pancreas. At least when you talk about lump, you should not get confused about lumps.
But
Pancreas and
pancreatic
RP
tumors
tumors.
তো lump পেতে পারি না।
Very common question, sir. Pancreatic tumors presenting as lump is extremely rare. Rare means in a cancer head you are going to get a lump. This is so rare. And body tail, sir, clinically it is impossible for you to distinguish between a retroperitoneal sarcoma and a cancer arising from pancreas body tail. Impossible until and unless you do a CT scan. Even CT practical purposes talk about retroperitoneal tumors. Okay, can I proceed now? Can I proceed, sir? Good. The last is lower quadrants. Now, when I talk about lower quadrant, have you been taught about abdominal lumps from gynecology?
Yes.
Hello? Array?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Chalo.
yet done.
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Few things, simple things. If it is arising from the central part of the lower abdomen, or right part of the lower abdomen, or left part of lower abdomen, arising from the central part of the lower abdomen, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Common array. What is the first
Presentation
thing
of
that?
human.
Very good. Is a palpable bladder. Someone said that, and you should get an honors with this answer. Palpable bladder, or retention urine, whatever you call that to be. That means, what is the base before palpation in the lower abdomen? What is the number one tarika that you must apply before palpation in the lower abdomen? Evacuate the bladder. Evacuate the bladder. Evacuate the bladder. Number one. Examiners love to ask this question. After you have taken out the bladder as a cause, in a female, what is the most common cause then? Is an uterus which is enlarged. Now, why is the uterus enlarged? We are not going to talk, sir. Uterus can be enlarged either due to a pregnancy or due to non-pregnant causes. Can you tell me a non-pregnant? Fibroid. Very good. Can you tell me a cancer that makes the uterus prominent? Endometriosis kaise hoga, sir? It is endometrial cancer. What is the age at which an endometrial cancer comes? You have not read, huh?
50.
Read a syndrome called corpus cancer syndrome. Patients are usually obese, postmenopausal, they present. In a premenopausal patient, can you name a cancer of the uterus that makes the uterus palpable and the urine test positive for a pregnant? Very good. It's something called as a H mole, hydatiform mole. These are all questions that you are asked by surgeons. Should I repeat?
Yes.
Okay. Non-pregnant causes of uterus, palpable, fibroid, or lymphomas. Cancers of uterus occurs at present with postmenopausal bleeding. Hydatiform mole are present in premenopause. Present with what? They present with an urine which tests positive for a preg color. So you thought this is a pregnancy until and unless your ultrasound tells you, oh my God, this is not a pregnancy, but a very bad kind of a cancer called as hydatiform mole. Complete. Let me see. Quickly.
Undescended test.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Prostate. Oh my God. That means you are saying that the prostate is this big. The prostate is never that big. The prostate is never filled per abdomen. Then it will be a Guinness Book of Record. Then it is not like that. Anything more, sir? In this part of the in a male, what is their thing? Hernia is intraperitoneal, parietal, or retroperitoneal. Then what is the intraperitoneal organ? Come on, man, intraperitoneal organ kya hoga yahan pe? Sigmoid colon. Very good. Okay. If you have ruled out intraperitoneal cause, what will be the retroperitoneal cause? Good one. Retroperitoneal cause? Always a sarcoma. What did I tell you? Any retroperitoneal tumor that I need a differential diagnosis, what can you put into all parts of the retroperitoneal sarcoma? This is all about midline. Okay? Talk about the right lower quadrant lumps. Talk about the right lower quadrant lumps. Right lower quadrant lump can again be divided into two parts, intraperitoneal and retroperitoneal. Now, intraperitoneal, what are the organs in concern? What is the most common cause of a intraperitoneal organ having a lump in this region? Most common cause. The most common cause is an appendicular lump. I have taught you appendicular, not appendix. Appendicular lump. Okay. Beyond appendicular lump, what will be the second most common cause? Will be cancer of which part of intestine? Cecum. In tropical countries like India, what will be the third most common cause? Ileocecal TB. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, everyone?
sir.
Good. So appendicular lump, cancer cecum, ileocecal TB, and fourth most common. That means we are now ending the list. Lamba ho gaya, sir. Have you heard of this disease?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Crohn's disease. So I've told you 4 diseases. Now quickly tell me, what is the telltale feature of an appendicular
History
lump?
of appendix. acute
All
appendix.
age groups. Very good. So the pain is very characteristic of an acute appendicitis. I have taught you appendicitis are triad, sir. Murphy's triad. And what happens in a Murphy's triad? In a Murphy's triad, what is the first component in a Murphy's triad? So Murphy's triad usually presents with what component in a Murphy's triad? Pain, then followed by nausea, vomiting, followed by fever. This is what is in this direction, Murphy's triad. What is the characteristic of the lump? The lump is intraperitoneal. IP is intraperitoneal. The lump is tender, okay, and is mobile sideways, but restricted because of pain. Please tell me when you have completed writing.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Done, na? Good. Talk about a cancer of the cecum. At what age groups does a cancer of a cecum happen? Elderly, though it can happen in middle age also in India. What is the next point, sir? Painful or painless? Painless. What is happening in the potty? Any colon cancer, lower GI bleed. Okay. What is the consistency of the lump?
Form.
Firm to hard. And finally, what is the mobility of the lump? The mobility of the lump is partly restricted because the cancer is known to infiltrate surrounding tissues, partly restricted because of infiltration. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Done now? Please tell me when you have completed writing.
Done.
Done?
Done.
Ileocecal TB. What is the telltale point in ileocecal TB?
History of pulmonary.
History of pulmonary TB. Okay. Then history of subacute obstruction of intestine and long duration of the disease. I should have said here, the duration of the disease is short duration of months. This is for how many times, sir? This is duration is for how many things? Days. And this is for how many things? Maybe years. Written this, sir? Completed?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good. Last one in the Crohn's disease. Number 1. What is the
Mhm.
age group of Crohn's? Either 20s to 30s. Next, patient presents with diarrhea, then fever, then lump. Next, extra intestinal features. Please tell me when you have completed writing.
Yes, sir. Done,
Done, na?
sir.
What are the extra intestinal features in Crohn's?
Uveitis.
Very good. They are uveitis. Okay. In the hands and the feet, arthritis. Anything more? Sometimes cholangitis due to primary sclerosing cholangitis. Back pain. Why does the patient have a back pain? Because of ankylosing. What is the disease called as?
Ankylosing spondylitis.
Okay, very good. And what happens to the skin of the leg and the hand, sir? Those red, big blotches appear. What is this thing called as?
Fibrin.
But erythema
Nodosum.
nodosum. Please tell me when you have completed writing.
Done, sir.
Done? Good. So this completes right lower quadrant lump. Retroperitoneal lumps. Can you tell me any benign retroperitoneal lumps that can come here? Yes. Number 1 can be a psoas abscess. Okay. Psoas abscess presents with a lump that is on this side, sometimes you can get two lumps, one on this side, one on this side, above the inguinal ligament, below the inguinal ligament, which can elicit a sign called cross fluctuation. Point number one. Point number two, there is a hip flexion deformity that will be taught by your orthopedic teachers. Next part. With any abscess, what does the patient have? Fever, petulant rigor. Please tell me when you have completed.
Done, sir.
Done now? Good, very good. Now, another example.
So can you tell the cross fluctuation one?
Cross fluctuation means when you press on this swelling below the inguinal ligament, the swelling above the inguinal ligament becomes prominent, and the vice versa. When you press on the abdominal swelling, the swelling below the abdomen, inguinal swelling prominent, that is called as cross fluctuation. In your swelling examination, gang, this is a 18-year-old who presented with a retroperitoneal swelling on the right side. Can you tell me the reason of the retroperitoneal swelling in this 18-year-old? Very good. It is undescended testis. Okay, done. Chalo. So this completes more or less an unascended kidney or a dropped kidney cannot be diagnosed by a clinical examination. If you have diagnosed this by a clinical examination, either you are God or you have known the ultrasound diagnosis. Please do not mention a right-sided retroperitoneal swelling to be an unascended kidney or a dropped kidney. As I've said, either you are God or you have known the ultrasound diagnosis. Okay. Can you name me any case of a malignant retroperitoneal swelling in this area? Very good. You have understood the story then. RP
Sir, in the
sarcoma.
benign causes, it will be a appendicular lump if there is a retrocecal position of the appendix.
Yes, it will be the same thing, sir. For all appendicular lumps, it is the same story. Okay. Now the next question is,
Sir, I was
what is
asking,
your
will that
plan
be
of treatment?
intraperitoneal lump or retroperitoneal lump? In that case of
Very good question. Very good question. It is usually an intraperitoneal lump, though the appendix is retroperitoneal. But you will query, given the history of appendicitis, it is an appendicular intraperitoneal lump. Now, what is the plan for these patients? Simple. We go to confirm the diagnosis. Abdomen. If the ultrasound of the abdomen tells us this is a retroperitoneal swelling, then we go for a CT scan. If the ultrasound tells us it is a bowel related swelling, I go for a CT scan. Again, if it is appendicular, as my thought, or if it is a colon lump, then I will go for a colonoscopy. Please see the difference in the line. This comes as a long question. After an ultrasound, if they tell you this is a bowel related lump, if you feel it is an appendicular lump, think about doing a CT scan, or you may not do a CT scan. But it's a cancer colon, not a CT scan. You do a colonoscopy, and after a colonoscopy, you take a biopsy. What type of biopsy? Colonoscopic biopsy. Hello, am I audible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good. After you have taken a colonoscopic biopsy, the biopsy reports comes to be an adenocancer. This is usually the more common thing. Then go for a staging CT scan of the abdomen to look for liver mets, to look for ascites, okay, to look for local extension of the tumor. Please tell me when you have completed writing.
Done, sir.
Okay. After this thing is done, then if it is resectable,
Hello, sir.
Sir, you are not audible.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
Right. So we are coming to the end of the class. Some of the screen sharing, please. Because in the evening, when you join back, we'll be discussing about the renal lumps that changes all lump abdomen. And then we will be moving on to jaundice and gastric outlet obstruction. Okay. Can you see the screen now? If it is unresectable, we go for ileo transverse bypass. Bus. Resectable is right hemicolectomy, unresectable iliotransverse bypass. Have you completed writing?
Yes, sir.
Good. When you talk about appendicular lumps, please see managed by a regime that is called as Oshner-Sherin regime. I have given theory notes on this one. In Viva also, you are asked about the same notes. This is maximum that you are asked in right iliac fossa lump. What is your approach? Please do not say, I would like to do an FNAC and everything spreads in the peritoneal cavity. Okay, chalo. Have you completed, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good. The last thing, and we end in 5 minutes, 5 minutes, is lump in left lower quadrant. Now, left lower quadrant doesn't have too many things to think. The intraperitoneal causes, what are the intraperitoneal organs that can come? Are only one, sigmoid colon. And if it is a sigmoid colon, the pathologies in the sigmoid colon can be malignant or benign. Can you tell me a malignancy of the sigmoid, or can you tell me a malignant cause of a lump in this region? Sir, is a sigmoid colon cancer. Whereas if it is a benign lump, can you tell me a cause of a benign sigmoid colon problem? Not volvulus, usually. Volvulus, Hirschsprung. Polyps are not palpable, sir. The only disease that is palpable, that makes a lump, is this. Polyps are never palpable. Polyps are inside the lumen. Okay. So the intraperitoneal is sigmoid colon, malignant and benign. Now, what are the features of a sigmoid colon? What is the age group of a patient of sigmoid colon cancer? 60 years on an average. In India, it can happen in middle-aged. What is the characteristic feature of these patients? Lower GI bleed. And what is the consistency of the swelling? Hello. What is the consistency of the swelling? Firm to hard. Tender or non-tender? Non-tender. What could be the additional finding in any patient with a colon cancer? It can be either this lump or CSC clump. What is the thing that you are looking at the liver, sir? Liver mets. What can happen at the umbilicus? Sister Mary nodule. And with any cancer in any part of the human body, what can happen to the peritoneal cavity? So not only sigmoid colon, any colon cancer, any stomach cancer, any pancreatic cancer can have this kind of presentation. Just tell me when you have completed.
Done, sir.
Okay, right. Diverticulosis presents as pain, fever, diarrhea, rarely lower GI bleed. Please see pain, fever. Complete. Now, can you name me any cause of retroperitoneal swellings in the left lower quadrant? Very good. Can you name me any benign cause of any in this area, sir? Benign cause. Come on, guys. Benign cause. I taught you this one. Benign cause. Benign cause. Benign cause. This is the mirror image of the right. So, what will be the benign cause?
Psoas abscess.
Psoas abscess. Number 3. Number 2 is undescended testis. And what is the third thing that I told you? Dropped. Drop. Kidney or unascended kidney. But you cannot make it as a clinical diagnosis. As a cause of a swelling in the left lower abdomen, retroperitoneal sarcoma. Yes, sir. So, sir, with this we complete with the approach. It comes as a theory question. What is the first investigation that I do? Is an ultrasound. By this time you have known that. What will an ultrasound tell you? Retroperitoneal, na bowel related. If it is bowel related, you go for a colonoscopy. Am I audible, everyone? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good. And if you do a colonoscopy, do a biopsy. After the biopsy, if it comes out to be a cancer, what is the next thing that I have taught you to do? No, absolutely not.
Staging.
See or no? Staging. Confirm, stage, then treat. Staging by doing what investigation?
CT abdomen.
CT, and then followed by the surgery. In this case, if there is a cancer in the sigmoid colon, what is the surgery called as? Sigmoidectomy. Bas. Okay. Chalo. Retroperitoneal can be done by CT scan. Can you tell me a tumor marker in a case of a cancer colon?
Carcinoembryonic and
Carcinoembryonic antigen. Carcinoembryonic antigen. What is the normal level, sir? What is the role of this carcinoembryonic antigen? Is it diagnostic? Very good. It is not diagnostic, it is prognostic. That means in the post-operative period, if it increases, what does it mean? Recurrence. And all cancer colon patients, like breast cancer, after the operation is done, what is the next part of the treatment? Is by giving chemotherapy. Okay. Chalo. So this completes the full class abdominal lump, and then start with gastric outlet and jaundice. This finishes your long cases. Questions?
Evening at
7 o'clock. Okay. No more questions then. So you have